Hello everyone, Trophy Wine Hunter. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm doing a first in a series of videos on the Vancouver International Wine Festival. So this is one of the largest wine festivals in North America, if not the world. And it's happening this year between February 24th and March 3rd, 2024. I will be there Thursday night to do a live stream at the International Wine Festival just to kind of show people the feel of the festival, and I will be there again Friday night with a group of people leading them through the international wine tastings. This is a great festival for people that want to learn more about wines. This year's theme is on Italy, and so I wanted to, in this first video, just kind of give you a overview of the festival and how I would approach it as a consumer to get the most out of the festival. I wanted to give everyone a couple of tips along the way. This will be centered around the Vancouver International Wine Festival, but these are general tips that other people can use when you are approaching other wine festivals in other cities. Most of the wine dinners, there's some really great ones planned, are already sold out, and they were sold out actually on the first day. So one thing to note is that for next year, if you want to get involved in these wine dinners, please just sign up to their newsletter or their email list, and they'll give you notice when those wine dinners are out. And those usually sell out typically in the first day. So I think I tried to sign up for one, and I think I was busy that day. I tried to look in the afternoon, they were already sold out. So you have to kind of be fast on them. And I think these wine dinners are actually the best thing for education, because you actually typically will have a principal and an agent there. They'll talk about the wines. You get to taste the wines with food and in a relaxed atmosphere. And I think that's the best way to learn. There's also great seminars. The International Wine Festival tastings, which I'm going to talk about, are, I think, fun and a good introduction to different types of wines. But it's, in my opinion, very difficult to really taste because you're tasting so many wines and there's so many people around you. And it's really hard to focus and learn a lot, but it is kind of a good introduction to different types of wines, particularly if you're interested in Italian wines and different types of grape varietals. So the first tip I have for you is there's different pricing for each night. So the International Wine Tasting, which is, you get typically 147 wineries. They each serve 4 or 5 different wines, and you can taste them all. And so the first tip that I have is there's different pricing for each day. So on Thursday, it's $115, Friday is $125, and Saturday is $135. I would actually go on the Thursday. It's a little bit more quiet. The Saturday I know is more, you have more time because people are off work and it's more glitzy, everyone's there. But if you don't mind going on a Thursday night, it's actually a better experience because it's quieter. You're also there in the first night, and therefore all the liquor store wines are open and available to you. So with the International Wine Festivals, they bring in a lot of wines that are not typically in liquor stores for this special event. And then I think they usually have a case or 2 cases of each wine in a liquor store that's set up on site. So on Thursday night, those wines will all be available. And so you'll have your best chance of getting those wines. One tip about the liquor stores is that these things do sell out quite quickly. So if you see a wine that you are interested in and you don't need to taste it, go to the liquor store first. I've done that before, where I've actually gone to the liquor store first, purchased all the wines, and then enjoy my tasting. Or likewise, if you're inside the tasting and you enjoy a wine, go get it and you really like that wine and it's a really good price, go to the liquor store first, purchase it, and then come back. So a lot of people make the mistake of, I'm going to finish my tasting for the whole night and we go there at the end. First of all, it's really crowded, and secondly, all those wines probably would have been taken already. So you can go back multiple times, and the nice thing is that with the BC liquor store on site, they'll deliver it to your closest liquor store near you, and you can make multiple orders of that, and they'll still do that. So I would suggest that rather than waiting to the end. I see many people make that mistake, and they don't get their wines. With the International Wine Festival, one of the nice things is that I don't know if they have it as a rule anymore, but I know that it always happens. They always have a principal there from the winery and an agent. So when you're going there, you can actually get some nice information from the principal. And I find that generally the person that's representing the winery is very knowledgeable and very eager to share knowledge with consumers. That's what they're there for. Sometimes the agents, they're just assigned to that booth and they may not have specific knowledge about that wine. So that's another thing that I would recommend to people. When you go to the actual table for the tasting, don't spend 5 or 6 minutes pontificating about how much you know about the wine and stuff like that. Just ask the question, because there's other people around you that are waiting in the line. And I know I find that annoying. I hope I don't do that to people. But when I'm trying to just get to a wine and other people are just kind of taking up the time, if you really have a question for the winemaker, generally the agent is just pouring, so don't ask them. Ask the winemaker or the principal there. Take them off to the side and ask them the question. Don't kind of just stand in the front and block everyone else. And just keep your comments short. Again, this is more about learning from them, not you showing how much you know about the wine. And I find that a lot, it kind of is bothersome. I find that a lot of people are actually trying to show their knowledge, but really that's not the point of the wine tasting. It's for you to get knowledge. So if you drink the wine, ask them about the wine, that's fine. If you have more complicated questions, just talk to the principal. And generally that's what will happen. If you have might be a more sophisticated question, the agent will generally pass that on. Oh, here's the principal of the winery, why don't you ask him? And you can go off to the side, and they love to actually talk about it if you'd like to do that. I'm going to talk a little bit about order of wines. So again, there needs to be a bit of planning. And I find a lot of people just go to wine festivals and just kind of get there. It's like, hey, we'll figure it out. And you can do that and have fun. That's great. But I think it's a better experience if you actually kind of plan a little bit. So in general, you want to look at the list and you want to start with sparkling wines first. You want to then go to red and white wines, and then you want to go to dessert wines. So that's kind of the order, because then it's better for you in terms of your tasting of things. This year, because there's not, mostly the wineries are focused on Italy, you're not going to have as much sparkling wine. You might have some, and I might be able to point them out in my next video. But you don't have a large selection of French wineries coming in the Champagne region, so you might not have as much. And there'll be likewise, I don't think there'll be a lot of dessert wines, but there will be some. But again, that's the order. The other thing is that there is a sake in the festival, and I know a lot of people enjoy that. So where would you put that? I would generally have the sake first, because it is a lighter wine or lighter spirit. And so that, if you're having red wines, that may cover the taste. So again, that would be the order that I would take. I'm going to talk a little bit about cherry picking the wines and what you're tasting. So you're paying decent price for this tasting, $115 on Thursday night, $135 on Saturday. So you do want to kind of get your money's worth. And how you do that is what my recommendation is, you want to taste wines that are the higher end wines. But a lot of times producers or booths will have 4 or 5 wines, and they might have the top wine there, but they'll have other kind of value wines. And I know that a lot of people are bothered. Agents sometimes get bothered by, just saying that you want to cherry pick and you just want to drink that wine. So sometimes they'll frown upon that. And my kind of attitude is that, I guess you could do whatever you like as a consumer. If you don't mind what people think, then you just, do that. But generally speaking, if an agent or a principal wants me to drink another wine or taste another wine first before I taste the flagship wine, I'm happy to do that. I'm not going to make a big deal about it, but that's just courtesy in my opinion. Having said that, you are paying for your ticket, so it's not like it's for free. So you should get your money's worth. And what I would focus on, and next week I will give you the actual wines that I recommend from the wine festival. But the ones that I would focus on is the higher kind of value or more expensive wines, because these are not wines that you are going to typically be able to taste all the time. Value wines you can taste all the time. And likewise, I would kind of stay away from wines that you can find in the bistro liquor stores readily anyway. So sometimes people say, oh, I see that wine, I love that wine, I'm gonna go taste it. But that's really not the point of a wine festival, because you already know that wine, you already know you like it. So the point of the wine festival is to try things that you don't normally try. And what I mean by that is either unique grape varietals that you don't see very often, I would try those, or higher end wines, because it takes a lot of money to buy some of these wines. And so you want to have a little taste of it first to see if you actually like the wines. So I would focus on wines like Gran Selezione Chianti instead of Chianti Classico. I would focus on Brunello wines and also Barolo wines, because those are quite expensive. And again, you would try to find labels that are not generally available in liquor stores. And again, if you like those wines, go and purchase them at the liquor stores on site right away. So drink it. It's like, wow, you can have in and out privileges, so you can get a stamp and you go into the liquor store as many times as you like and come back out. I've done that many times. People kind of think you're a little bit, crazy, but at the end of the day, I get my wines and other people don't. So, call me crazy all you like, but I'm still enjoying the wines. I hope you've enjoyed this video. This is my first part on the international wine tasting. I will try to do also a video on Brunello, the region, which is a region of interest, which there'll be a lot of variety of that at the International Wine Festival that you can taste. I've already done a video on Barolo, which you can kind of look at. I'll put it in the end of this video. And then I'll do another video right before the International Wine Festival, which highlights the wines that I think you should try at the festival. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Until next time, happy drinking.